Let's get up. Let's get going. Let's get at it. Let's break bad habits. And build a better brand. Let's step out. Let's get in the lab, people. Good morning. Welcome in. It's me, Olaropo. It is 4:35 in the morning. Today is September the 20th. Top Gun, what's up? What's up, Top Gun? It has been a long week. Last night was a long night for me. Getting up at 4:30 in the morning is a commitment. Even when for my older children, their football team had homecoming last night. And so my two oldest children in high school, good morning, how you doing this morning? What's up? What's up, Ivan? So my oldest son is 16, my oldest daughter is 14, and then my youngest son is 12. And so those are my three oldest children. And so, of course, the two oldest children, it's homecoming week. Boom, we're going to go to the homecoming game. My youngest son's 12, doesn't really go out that much. He's kind of a homebody for the most part. He decided last night, hey, I want to go to the game with my friend. We were like excited, so we're like, yeah. So your big brother's there, your big sister's there. Listen, something just ran past me, but nothing just ran past me. Yo, I just heard somebody. Okay, I'm not scared. Listen, I ain't scared, but I'm aware. Y'all ain't out here in this darkness like me, y'all. You be. Yo. So at any rate, take my youngest son and his friend out to the game. Man, my bedtime is like 8:30. Yo, Jack, listen, listen, for like 9 seconds, I don't think y'all couldn't see my face, man, but I heard like, ch. You know it's bad? Because I hear it and I'm like, okay, we need to make sure I get out their way. I look back, there ain't nobody there. You know you're a little weary when you hear the sound of somebody running and you look up. Listen, you hear the sound of somebody's feet running, which you look in the sky, you're like, dude, what is how scared are you right now? Hey, good morning. What's going on? Adatan, how are you doing? Hello. I'm doing great. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for being here, guys. But at any rate, as I was saying, my children go to the game last night. So normally we'll just have them Uber home, something like that after the game. Because like I said, my bedtime's 8:30. Man, this game ended at like 10 o'clock. And then I had to ride over to the high school and they coming out the game like, hey, it was a good night. That mean they is lollygagging. They is strolling. I'm like, dude, it is late. Look, I'm not old, but I'm old enough. I was like, listen, look, I'm so ready to eat dinner at 4:30. Y'all just don't know. That early bird special. Dude, I am in bed by 8:30. I'm out there, man. It's 10 o'clock at night. On the way home, boom. Tire blow. I was like, nah, this is not the day Not tonight. So I got both of my sons, one of his friends, one of my youngest son's friends, and my daughter in the car, and the tire went flat. No, I can't call roadside assistance for that. It's time to man up. It's time to learn how to use your knuckles. Man, we get up there, we get everything all set up. I get everything all out, ready to go. We put the little spare on there. Man, I put the spare on there, start driving. Why the spare start going flat? I'm like, listen, man, I got things to do in the morning. So just so y'all know, I'm out here in the morning between 4:30 and 6, Monday to Saturday. Man, this morning, I was like, maybe a Saturday afternoon with me. Oh man, I was dealing with it this morning. But at any rate, hey guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping in for the walk and talk. Good morning, everyone. Who do we have? Is that Earth Human? When Kevin Durant gets old. Kevin Durant's already old. No, he's not that old. He is from the area though. So welcome in, by the way, everybody. I'm coming to you from Maryland. It is 4:41 in the morning. And we're out for this walk. I want to thank everybody for being here and joining me on the walk. Here's my little look. Today we're talking about what is holding you back from your past. Man, that tire was holding me back last night. Bruce, what's up? Fort Worth, Texas, 340. Where you at? Third floor balcony, west facing, 73 degrees. Oh man, that's beautiful. It's 66 here this morning. 66. Map said, what's poppin', G? Not much. What's poppin' with you, Max? Good morning, good morning. It's always a is this Diddy. Dude, every black person with a salt and pepper beard can't be Diddy, yo. We can't be Diddy. All right, so, hey guys, good morning. Thank you for being here. As always, you know, we wake up with positivity, we wake up with determination and focus. Man, we're out here on this walk this morning. I want everyone to feel blessed and be blessed, have a blessed day. We're talking about the past, what things from the past are holding you back. We've had these conversations before. For those of you who don't know, this walk and talk process started for me after I lost my dad at the beginning of the year. And I just needed to be able to recenter myself, understand my purpose in my life and my actions that I'm taking. And so I started taking these walks in the morning, and I had previously started a YouTube channel where what I was doing on the YouTube channel was just trying to find things. I really created the page to find things, and then I started kind of like reposting other people's stuff. And then after a while, after I was taking these walks, I was like, hey, why don't I just go ahead and walk with others? Just open up the camera and just walk with people. And so I started taking these walks, and it's kind of turned into this morning routine now. And so I was like, hey, well, why don't we come up with things to discuss, things to talk about? And now it's kind of like a thing. So I want to appreciate all of you guys for being here, being a part of it, joining in. Thank you for the support, and let's have some fun. So this morning, what do we have? We have, let me see if I can fix this. Elizabeth, do you remember me? No, don't know you. Don't know no Elizabeth. All right, Roro. All right, we got this. Dude, listen, why does it start like this every morning? And then we find some of the people who are here. All right, Bruce gave the thumb up. Map, Thank you very much for the rest of peace to my pops. I appreciate that. It's been a while. It was the beginning of the year. He passed away to some difficulties with cancer. Went from bone cancer to blood issues, and then it was difficult to watch. It was difficult to watch definitely my mom go through it. But you know, I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm thanking God continuously for my blessings. But it was really brought to the forefront my need to be a voice of direction for my children. And it's really helping me become a better father, a better husband. It's a journey that I've been on for a long time. And so I have to look back quite often at past behaviors and past actions. And I have to realize that things have shaped me, and those things from those times are lessons that we have to learn from, we have to build on. And so I often make like analogies with sports, because it's kind of a cyclical thing. It's in a cycle. And it's crazy because as a fan of American football, every team talks about we're the best, but you win the Super Bowl, man, you ain't even finished the post game, and everybody who didn't win the Super Bowl is already telling you what wait till next year, right? So it's like, oh, don't worry about it, we gonna beat y'all next year. And it's like, dude, can I have these 30 seconds? Can I enjoy this next 15 minutes of happiness? And so in life, we often lose the ability to be in the moment, to understand how to just appreciate and enjoy the moment. So what is that? That's AE, whatever that symbol is that you got up there. Hey man, listen, I want you guys to know, look, I appreciate everyone who shows up. I thank you guys for being here and commenting. I normally don't talk to trolls too much because you guys, listen, you guys do some of the biggest work for the channels, right? So you guys do some of the greatest work. I want to share with everyone out there, and this is about looking at your past wins and your past losses, and about what we're talking about this morning. And as those of you who've been here before know, what we do here is all positive. It's all about growth and development. It's all about understanding where you are, self-accountability, and moving forward. And it's about also understanding the difference between being able to okay. It's also about being able to know the difference between doing the things that you that apply to your path and your journey, and not being distracted by the things that people want to put in your way, people want to put out in front of you. And so I laugh, and I kind of appreciate haters, because I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term turn your haters into your elevators, right? But this is what it means for those of you who don't know. And I think YouTube is a perfect example of it. Most comments on most things, until you've grown like a significantly large fan base, most comments will come from haters. Whenever you have a small audience, haters come in because haters are like, hey, I can be seen. They're like, hey, I can be heard. Imagine you go to a city like New York, and you have somebody out there and they're playing music on the corners, and it's everywhere, or like Vegas, or wherever you have people who will stand out and play music. They'll play buckets, instruments, wherever you see it. And then people will walk past, right? Walk past, won't think about it. Just walk past, keep walking. It's just, it's just noise. One person walks up. You want to increase how much money you make? Have one person walk up and start booing you. one person walk up and start heckling you. Let one person walk up and tell you how bad you are and how they could be better. And watch the amount of support you get from the hater you have. So this is what you have to understand. There are people out there, and I've said this before, there are people out there who don't know you, who are waiting to hate on you. And it's not even you. It's not even you. And that's the whole thing, is you have to understand, every time you count a hater, know that you have 10 more people who appreciate you more. You have 10 more people who can understand and connect with you more. So what we don't want to do, and this is what happens when we live in the past, is because we let bad experience turn our past and our conscience and our emotions into internal haters. We let them turn things that should be learning experiences for us and the opportunities to grow into these things that hold us back, into these things that make us look back and either say, oh man, I hate that I made that mistake, or oh man, that was the greatest time of my life, I wish I could go back. And life doesn't go back. Life doesn't work in reverse. Life only moves forward. And what happens is haters come in and they only want to hate in a room where they can be heard. And so they come in and they scream and they put in these negative, derogatory things for the purposes of hearing their name and then saying, aha, look at me, I happened. Let me tell you how YouTube is the perfect place for it. The YouTube algorithm, check it out. The YouTube algorithm says, hey, we want you to make money for us. So if people stop, here's what you have to understand. If people stop what they're doing, because you don't just get into a live because it shows up. You have to stop on it. You have to select it to go into it. And then you have to type on your keyboard in order to enter comments. And YouTube looks at that and they say, hey, whatever that person is doing on that channel, people are stopping and people are participating. And when you're small and you're growing, and this happens in a lot of people's lives, not just in YouTube, when you're small and you're just starting out, and people want to say things that have nothing to do with your development, have nothing to do with your growth, have nothing to do with where you're going, and they just want to hate. They just want to tell you what's not good about you, what they don't like about you. And here's the thing, the things that they're saying are not good about you aren't true. They're just things they're making up to try to get you distracted from where you're going. And what I found out now is that I let the haters in. Man, please hate in my chat. Please come in here and tell me how dumb I am. Please be a troll. Please be racist. Keep commenting. Because if you hate in silence, it means nothing. You have to hate out loud. But when you come here and you hate out loud, YouTube says, hey, that dude's doing something right. Because YouTube doesn't read the comments. It just notices that there are comments. And so every time a hater comes in here and says, oh man, I don't like you, spells out nigger one letter at a time, every time they do it, YouTube is like, yo, he's engaged. That channel has engagement. That channel has activity. We need to send more people there. Every time you type, it moves this little walk and talk thing I'm doing higher up and puts it in front of more people. Dude, don't hate your haters. Don't let your haters hold you back, because the fact that they're hating you. Listen, I heard somebody say, man, if you ain't got haters, you ain't doing enough work. You ain't moving. And that's the thing, is because they can only hate something if they're trying to stop it. They can only hate something if they're trying to destroy it. If you're destroying yourself, ain't nobody gonna hate you. Ain't nobody coming around hating you because you hating yourself. Start loving yourself. Start lifting yourself up. Start carrying yourself differently. Stop letting your wins or losses from the past be your present. And start living in the present like your tomorrow is guaranteed. And watch what happens. Watch the change that happens. I know it because I'm living it. I know it because that started this channel January 7th. And I was putting other people's stuff out. I was just remixing videos and cutting shorts. I'm just like, hey man, I think this is positive. You guys should look at it. And then I got out here and I started walking and I simply started sharing, hey, here's where I'm at in my life. I understand because I've been through changes, I've been through trials, I've been through difficulty, and I know the importance of discipline, self-awareness, and self-accountability. And I started taking these walks and I started putting up shorts and I started sharing information and videos for the purposes of saying, hey, it's possible for all of us. It's possible for all of us. And then haters come in, and I love the haters. Man, some of my hottest little things that I do on here is full of haters, full of them. Dude, your life is designed for you to live at the top, for you to live at maximum capacity. And when you understand that the more you focus on running your race, the more you focus on growing yourself, the more you live in the present and understand that everything you're doing is paying into your future, right? When you know that, it changes your perception, it changes your behaviors, it changes your outlook. It allows for you to love. And so what I had to come to understand, because I dealt with this difficulty, my wife has a monetized page. It's called The Baby Birds. It's where you get a more in-depth, intimate look into our life and our family. We have 7 young children. As I said, the oldest is 16. But on that page, when you go there and you see a look into our family, take a look at some of the things that people say to my wife. Some of the things that people say, just derogatory stuff and live videos with my children standing there looking at the phone. And just people just foul things that they say. And I'm there and I'm saying, man, I'm heated. Man, I wish I could fight all of them. Where any of y'all at? Listen, I give out my address. Why don't y'all come to the house and say it? Like, that's how I'm feeling inside. That's how I'm feeling. And I had to be able to process that. Dude, I'm telling you, when you start to learn and you start to wrap your mind around your life is happening whether you participate or not. Your life is going on whether you're a part of it or not. You have to take control of what you're doing. You can't let other people lead you around. And when I launched this channel, I didn't understand it. It took me a while. And then I got to a point and I came to understand as I studied, I'm like, man, haters are gold. Haters are awesome. I started looking at other channels. I don't know if you guys have seen them, and I don't know what this channel is going to be in the future, but I do know there are channels where people come on specifically for the purpose to elicit haters. I'm not a political guy. I'm not a lot into politics. But when you look at the people who are in the politics now, most of your talking heads in politics say, hey, I don't like somebody, let's argue. Let's argue, prove me wrong. They are eliciting, they are calling out, hey, come hate me. Come help me grow through your hate. I don't elicit haters. I don't look for haters. And I definitely do not capitulate or create content for them. I understand that there are people who appreciate what you do. And this is what we all have to figure out. This is how we all have to grow. You have to understand, man, there are people who love you. There are people who want the best for you. Listen, the same way you got haters that you don't know, you got supporters that you don't know. You have people who want you to succeed who you don't know. You have people who are rooting for you who you have not met. And you're not going to meet them if you're over here in a hater hole. You got to get out of it. You can't live there. You can't participate there. You can't grow there. You have to keep walking your path. You have to keep traveling your journey. Keep taking steps, keep taking strides, keep your head up, keep moving. And no, it is not easy. Nah, it ain't like, oh, it's super simple. I ain't got no feelings. Nah, it's none of that. But it's understanding that you have to have a focus on who you are and where you're going. and putting in that work, man. I'm letting you know you got people out there who love you. People who want to see you do well. They just waiting for you to get to them. Keep working on you. Keep living your life. Keep growing. See, the thing that I found out very young, me and my brother found this out, we kind of figured it out, is we didn't grow up affluent. We didn't grow up with a bunch of money in our pocket. We weren't necessarily poor, but we knew the difference. And there were some times in my life, living with my birth father, that I was fairly sure we were poor. I'm gonna tell you a clear indication that you're poor. Look, and I talk about a poor mindset and a rich mindset. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being actually poor. Listen to me. Listen to me. When you have planned days to go dumpster hopping for food, because you know when they throw things out, you know the days when the waste is thrown into the dumpster, and you have a schedule to go, you're probably poor. You probably are having some challenges with making the ends meet. When you work at a food service and your family, your parents work at food service and they make extra food at the end of the shift to make sure it's too much so they can throw it in bags and bring it home to eat, you might be a little bit poor. But what I'm telling you is, we found out when we were young that there is a difference on levels as you move through your life. And people want to help you. People want to see you grow. People want to support you. There are people out there for you, but they're not coming to you. You have to get to them. And for a long time, I was like, man, that's messed up. Man, that's horrible. Man, that's like, why aren't they just coming here to get us? Why aren't they just, don't they know we're going through this? Don't they know how hard this is? How are they not down here helping us? How are they not down here giving us what we need, supporting us, building us up, loving us? Because you gotta love you first. You can't keep looking, I don't care where you are. At this point, we're not talking about finances. We're talking about you. It doesn't matter where you are financially. It doesn't matter where you are emotionally, spiritually, mentally, any of that. Doesn't matter. If you don't love you, you can't expect somebody else to pour more of their love into you than you're pouring into yourself. You got to care about yourself. You got to try. So, I didn't grow up in the best of neighborhoods. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with Knoxville, Tennessee, but when I was young, I lived in Knoxville, Tennessee in a complex called Western Heights. And I went to an elementary school. The apartment complex set on like a hill. It was a very large apartment complex. Set on a hill. This is how old I am. Y'all better not laugh at me when I share this with you. I'm sharing, don't y'all make fun of me. In Western Heights, Knoxville, Tennessee, I used to sit on a little hill at the top of the apartment complex, and we had little transistor radios, about the size of these phones that we carry. Had a little antenna, and on Saturdays, especially on night games, we could turn it on and we could listen to the Tennessee Volunteers play. And because of where we were located, we could look, I was young then, but I'm gonna say it was to the south of us, kind of to the southeast of us, was the college, was the University of Tennessee. And at night, the light from the stadium would light up the sky. And we would listen to the game and sit there and listen to the radio and look at the lights and kind of imagine we're at the game. The reason I'm bringing up Western Heights, because I look back and it's nostalgic. Hey, it was tough. My dad used to send me to the corner store with food stamps to buy nickel candy. And then I would bring him back the change. Because even if you use food stamps, when you with paper food stamps, you use a $5 food stamp and they give you back the change. You buy yourself a piece of nickel candy, and they give you 4 paper food stamp ones, and they give you 95 cents in change. That's money. That's actual money. And that's how we would convert food stamps into money to pay rent. Listen, it was an old hood hustle. It got to the point that the corner store was like, man, I'm sick of you coming back here buying this nickel candy over and over. Just tell your parents, send you over here with what they got, and I'll just give you 95% of it. I'll put 5% of it in my register. I'll take all of your food stamps and I'll give you back 95%. So you ain't got to keep buying nickel candy over and over, right? And so that time and that experience in that place where I was, and it still has to do with you need to love yourself if you want others to love you. You need to stand up if you want others to stand up for you. When I was young, I'm coming home from school one day, and the football team in little Pee Wee League was called the Road Runners. And I get in this argument with this kid on this bus, and he hits me in my lip with a belt. I'm mad. So I go home and I tell my brother. So my older brother, Daggy, he's passed away now, but my older brother, Daggy, was like, okay, where's he at? He said, let's go. And we walk over there, and it's a couple of the kids, and I think everybody's against me because everybody's there to watch the fight. And my brother come down there and say, who is he? And I point at him, and I'm standing there, and I'm waiting for my big brother, right? 2 years older than me. I'm waiting for my big brother to beat this kid up. And my brother was like, okay, go. He's like, I got you. I was like, no, you got me means you gonna beat him up. My big brother was like, no. That's not how I got you. He said, I got you. I'm not gonna let anything bad happen to you. I ain't gonna let nobody hurt you. I ain't gonna let nobody hurt you really bad. But until you fight this fight, ain't nothing I can do for you. If you ain't gonna fight, there's no reason for us to be here. Because if you scared, if you're not gonna step out there and take action, what am I supposed to do for you? I can't fight for you if you're not gonna fight. I can't pick up the battle if you're not gonna fight. You gotta do something. You gotta take some steps. Man, that realization that my brother gave me. By the way, I have 7 children, and I'm one of 8. My mom and dad have both been in multiple relationships, and I got siblings on both sides. They're all my family, they're all my blood. I love them all. And so when I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, man, I couldn't figure it out at first. And it starts to dawn on me. It's like, man, it don't matter what happened. People aren't here to do it for me. I can look at them and they might be willing to help, but I gotta do it. I gotta get started. I gotta start moving and engaging and talking. And it's the same thing with our lives, people. It's the same things with what we do on a daily basis. And this is what I mean about having your haters. Look, you can have them, but you gotta understand you got people who love you too. And the people who love you are there for you. And they're like, hey, I got you. Man, trust me, I got you. There's the old biblical parable, and I'm not sure, remember what book of the Bible was saying. And it's when they're out on the stormy waters, and Jesus tells one of the disciples to step out on the water. And he's looking at Jesus, and he's fearful, but he's looking at Jesus, and he does it. And he's walking on water, he's standing on water. And in the parable, it says he looks away, and immediately he begins to sink. See, there's a thing about standing on what you believe and what you know. There's a thing about stepping out on faith, understanding that the people, the things, the knowledge, the processes, the power that is going to help you get to where you're going is in front of you. You got to get to it. This is why people aren't coming to you to find you where you are. because I can't come down to where you are, because if I do, I'm gonna end up pulling you up. But if you make it up here, there's nothing stopping you from making it up there, right? If you can go from the first floor to the second floor, you can go from the second floor to the third. You can go from the third floor to the fourth floor. It may take different things to get there. Maybe it's a different set of stairs. Maybe it's a different elevator. Maybe you got to go outside. Maybe you got to get scaffolding. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, when you start to focus on your climb, you start to focus on your journey, you start to focus on your development, and then you put in the time and the work to start moving. Thank you very much. Who's that? Delete Laws, Book of Matthew. Thank you. When you start to put in that work and you start to develop yourself, and then you start to see the people who are out there to love you and support you, because I'm telling you, I know it's easy to succumb to hate. It's easy. Most people use hate as a catalyst more than they do love. Dude, it's another thing that I had to figure out. These are all the things. This is why, man, we can't live in the past. If you live in the past and you try to use hate as fuel, it's horrible. You can't lose hate as fuel. You can't hate your haters and think it's going to make you grow. The only way you can grow is you got to love your haters. You got to love them where they are. You got to be like, hey, listen, I get it. I get it. You're somewhere right now. And what you're going through and what you're putting out has nothing to do with me. Hey, man, I'm going to love you just like you are right now. I'm gonna love you right where you at right now. And the reason I am is because I know my love is moving me forward. I know my actions, my words, my thoughts, my discipline, my focus is moving me somewhere. This is how we have to start to work, guys. It is a powerful thing to come to that understanding and start to take those steps. Thank you so much for being here, guys. It is now 5:11. I'm gonna be on here for a while. Listen, man, the growth that I'm going through, the development I'm going through, the processes that I'm going through, the repair to my spirit, the repair to my mentality, the changing of my mindset, understanding that I've been taught things my whole life that were wrong. My misunderstanding of finances led to my misunderstanding of just about everything in life. Because when you're poor or you have a poor mindset, you think the answer to all of your problems is money, right? When you have a poor mindset, you believe I can fix this if I had more money. If I had more money, I wouldn't have this problem. If I just made more money, if they would raise the minimum wage, if they would just, like, all of my problems are tied to money. Because we have a poor mindset, and then it impacts our relationships. More marriages end over finances than they do over infidelity. But there's more infidelity than there is financial issues. Right? Think about it. Because we believe that our life gets better if we can make more money. But that means that our focus becomes making the money, not living our life. Right? John, money isn't the root of all evil. The love of money is. Money isn't. There's a reason the channel's called BNV Finance Fixers. It's because I had to understand that finances, right, are separate from money. Man, look it up. Your finances are your investments. It's your currency. It's your trade. It's your stores. right? You have emotional stores. You have spiritual stores. You have intellectual stores. You have to get these things in a line. So when I'm telling you, when your focus becomes becoming the best version of yourself, watch how it changes your life. If you're watching this right now and you want, like, hey, I would like to have a better job. I'm looking back at my past and I've been passed over. And like, I don't even care no more. I'm not trying no more because every time I go up for a position, they choose somebody else. I didn't go to the type of school they went to. I didn't do this. I remember when I was this and now I'm this. And you're looking back and you're lamenting your past. We need to start looking forward. We need to start looking into the looking glass and the plan for our future, not for your job, but for you. I'm gonna use another sports analogy. I'm gonna share this with you. I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan, right? Huge. This is how huge. I must have been 4 or 5 years old when the Cowboys played Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl. And my older brother was watching it with me, and I said, hey, and this was when the Super Bowl came on at daytime. This is a long time ago. So I say to my brother, which team you choose? And he said, I don't know. I said, well, I'm gonna choose the team with the star on its helmet. Just stood out. Wasn't a Cowboy fan at that time. We lived in Washington. I was born and raised in much of my life in Washington, D.C. So I said, I'm gonna pick the team with the star on its helmet. My brother, this isn't Daggy, this is my brother Kenny. He switched teams every time somebody scored. I was livid. I mean, I'm like, you cannot do that. That is not possible. It was in my soul. I was young. I'm like, what are you doing? This isn't how the world works. You choose it, you stick with it. My loyalty bone was big back then. So, game goes back and forth. He switches every time someone scores. Pittsburgh ends up winning the game, right? I lost. I was devastated. I'm like, this is my team. And my loyalty did not get built out of victory. It got built out of loss. I'm like, I'm with this team until we win, whenever it is. And it was a long time. Dude, I went through years. Man, early 90s was a time of my life. We had Irving, Emmett, and Aikman. I was like, man, I spent 30 years waiting for, man, I waited all my life to get here. I'm 20-some years old. I'm like, man, I waited. It's my time to shine. So I'm going through that time, and I'm locked in. 52 years old. We get to the start of this season, and the team goes into a contract dispute with one of its star players, right? And this is what I mean about work on you. Don't work on being the best you can for your team. Don't work on being the best you can for your company. Work on being the best version of you. Why? Because if you're the best version of you, you got lovers out there. You got people waiting to love you. You got people waiting to support you. You got people waiting for the opportunity to get close to you. Man, I love the 90s too, John. Happy Saturday, everyone. Man, I get out there and I watch this person. I watch linebacker Micah Parsons ultimately get signed by another team, right? Goes to the Green Bay Packers. Whatever my emotional state was with that was purely coincidental. I did not cry, people. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. But here's the reason I shared that. Micah Parsons didn't get to where he is. None of these players in the NFL got to where they were by focusing on being the best player on their team. Because when you play Pee-wee, everybody plays every position, unless you got one guy who's just so good at one position, they just put him there and let him do his thing. LeBron James played football and basketball, was phenomenal at both. Michael Jordan played basketball and baseball. You have these people who are gifted athletically. Bo Jackson, same thing. Football and baseball, Deion Sanders. And so you have these athletes that played multiple sports. But you can't just focus on being good at that sport. You have to focus at being good at you, being good at being you. You have to work on your fitness, your agility, your strength, your movement. And when I tell you that when we focus on becoming better versions of ourselves, when we focus on not living in our past defeats, not clinging to our past victories, then we're allowed to move forward. You can't cling to the time you beat Georgetown in a national championship game as a freshman. You got to move forward. You can't let the pain of losing to Cleveland and Detroit over and over again, as Michael Jordan did, to be the thing that holds you back. You've got to move forward. You got to keep working on being the best version of you. And the reason you have to work on being the best version of you, and you'll hear Michael Jordan talk about it, and we all have discussions about who's the greatest of all time, but if you listen to him talk about it, he'll explain to you, he'll share with you, dude, it's different times, different genres. It's not a fair conversation. People do that to hype it up. They're trying to sell shoes. They're trying to market the league. It's not really about that. I can't be better than somebody who won 11 championships and I won 6. We can't have that conversation. It's two different eras. But what I can be is the best version of me right now. What you can do is be the best version of you right now. Stop looking at where someone else is. Stop looking at where someone else was. Stop looking at the difficulties that we've had and focus on being the best versions of ourselves. Work on ourselves. Learn to finance and invest in the parts of us that require our identification. And then once we figure out that working on us, establishing discipline, it's the main thing. It's two things: discipline and then self-awareness coupled with self-accountability. You have to be aware of what your strengths are and where your areas of growth are. And then you have to hold yourself accountable. But you can only do that if you have a plan. And a plan comes through discipline. Discipline is going to start with repetition. You need to get up and start doing something. Whatever that thing is that you're trying to get better at or do well, you have to get up and start doing it. And then once you get up and start doing it, the next thing that you have to do is you have to understand it's going to take time for you to get to where you're going. And when you realize it's going to take time for you to get to where you're going to then couple that with consistency, which is making a plan. And now you can perform consistently. You cannot perform consistently at something that you do not have the skill to do. When you have that plan, you apply discipline, which is the same thing. It's repetition, patience, consistency. And through that, you will build perseverance. And perseverance is the thing that works on you. Everything else works on the plan. The workouts, they all make you healthier. They all help you shoot the basketball better. They all help you move better. Patience lets you know I'm a rookie. This is my second year. This is my third year. This is my fourth year. Right? Consistency, I need to improve it. Backing people down, I need to improve it. Ball handling, I need to improve it. Defense. Consistency, I'm working on getting better. I'm growing. Perseverance, I lost again. We should have won. I don't understand how I lost. I gotta wait 3 months before I can get back out there and bounce the ball again. They murdered my father. And y'all want me to walk out here and shoot a basketball. You gotta persevere. That's what works on you. When you figure that out, money, it's not even real. If cryptocurrency taught you nothing, is that money only works off of a concept of belief. I got a brother, my older brother, Liddell. He tells me, I'm like, man, when crypto came out, didn't you think it was fake? When Bitcoin came out? He said, man, I still think it's fake. I said, wait a minute, dude. I'm like, this is it. He's like, man, said, don't make sense. It ain't nothing. That's what money is. We keep thinking money is going to fix our life. Money is going to fix our problems. Money is just people's belief in something. That's all it is. Here's a question. Here's a question for you. How you spend $1 billion? But you're going to spend $1 billion on. How are there people who have a monetary worth greater than entire countries? And we have countries where people can't eat. Tucker Carlson was on a show with the boy who owns the Dallas Mavericks. And they're talking about sending aid to Ukraine. And they're talking about the benefits and the difficulties and the fights and everything else. And the boy who owns the Dallas Mavericks, and I can't think of his name, starts saying, yeah, I think we should send money to Ukraine. So Tucker Carlson asked him, he says, how much are you worth? All right. I think he said somewhere between Mark Cuban. Thank you very much, Renee. Mark Cuban, thank you, delete. He said, I don't know, 12, $16 billion. He said, Tucker Carlson, now listen, y'all, I'm not a fan of Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, if you pay attention to the guy, he's already shown you that he's fake. He's a shill, right? Like everything that he purported or showed on Fox, they showed that in his private life that wasn't who he is. They showed that in his private life he didn't like any of the things that he was being told to say, which is why he's no longer on the network he was on. That's neither here nor there. Whether you do or don't like Tucker Carlson doesn't matter. Here's the thing though. Tucker Carlson looked at Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban says, I have family. My family is from Ukraine and my family matters. And that's exactly what he asked. Hey, Jason, so is he sending money to Ukraine? Is not okay, but going money to Palestine is all right. That's not the thing. The thing is Ukraine is Mark Cuban's worth 12 to $16 billion. This is what I mean about money isn't real. Mark Cuban is worth 12 to $16 billion. And the man looked at him and said, man, what's $100 million to you? Do you understand what $1 billion is? $1 billion is 1,000 million dollars. You need $1 million 1,000 times to make $1 billion. And he turns to him and he says, well, if you care, what's $100 million to you? Mark Cuban didn't have a response. Here's my thing. Whether I don't care, like I said, I'm not into politics. I'm like, it's a distraction for me. The interesting part was this. When you believe that money is why you're working, it confuses you. You get caught up in distractions like the stock market going up and down. Man, that's all of, dude, it's pie in the sky. They've shown you how to make money. Making money is easy. America's shown you where to invest your money. We have companies in this country that have grown to a certain size and they are too big to fail. If you invest there, we as a nation has says we're here to support it. And if your nation falls, your currency goes with it and the company you're in. Right? So if you say you believe in America and, oh, I think America's great and I think America's strong, invest in America. Buy stock in American things, Coca-Cola, Oreo, whatever you think is from America. Listen, when you invest money, you buy into a business. That's what you're doing. So when I tell you the things that we need to work on are ourselves, we need to start working on improving ourselves, improving our communication, improving our connection, improving our empathy, understanding what it means to have empathy versus sympathy, understanding what it means to work on yourself, work harder on yourself. Man, I get his name wrong every time and somebody's gonna have to correct me. It's either Jim or John Rohn. I don't know how I keep getting it wrong because people always correct me, but he has a clear statement to say work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And it took me forever to realize what it meant. It took me a long time. What it means is what you do, where you do it, who you do it for, and how you do it does not matter as much as why you do it. I'm gonna say it again. What you do, who you do it for, where you do it, and how you do it does not matter as much as why you do it. The why. If you don't have a why, if you're not your why, if you don't have family to be your why, if you can't find a why, then that's the final question. We figured that out as kids. How many of y'all got kids? How many of y'all been hit with the why? 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 You didn't understand the last thing I said to you, and you keep asking me why. I just told you, you're asking me a question about the economy, and I just gave you an answer that included the name of a German man in a book that was written in the 1940s, and you still ask me why. You didn't understand my last answer. I'm telling you people, your why is connected to you. It's not connected to your finances. It's not connected to the work that you do. It's connected to you. So we have to figure that out. So when we start looking back at our past and we start looking at the things and we say, hey man, I made a mistake here. Yeah, you did make a mistake there. Learn from it, grow. But you gotta be self-aware and you have to be self-accountable. My whole thing is, as long as I'm looking at someone else and I'm saying, you're the reason for why I am where I am, whether you are or you aren't, if I give you the power of saying, you're the reason why I'm here, I will always be here. I need you to think about that, people. What do we got in the comments? Alicia raised your hand. I don't know if that's to ask a question or just to say hi, how you doing? Jason said, not being rude, but if a country that you occupy is not meeting your expectations, there are always plenty of other countries to explore and decide if it suits you. Man, that's funny. That's funny. That's a good one. What do we have here? Frank said, bro, you black. People don't even KOW. I guess that's supposed to be know who Tom Sowell is. Imagine that. At Jason, better yet, fix the country you live in instead of running. Hey, how about that? Legacy starts at home, people. Legacy starts at home. Fago said, hi, Pastor. Okay. He's on a heater. I love it. Thank you very much, South. Chill, Unc. I ain't got no chill. Y'all know I ain't got no chill. James, you are, what did you say? You're making so much sense. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for participating. Let me see. What's that? Chrissy said, you handled that well. I reported him. You ain't got to report nobody. No, you ain't got to report nobody. Let people be who they are. Let people be who they are. You keep being who you are, right? You keep focusing on your growth. Because one of the things that I made very important, very clear, and I understand this if you have a position, I understand if you have a view, and this goes back to what I just shared about Mark Cuban. I was in this one morning, I was out here and I was walking, and somebody was just repeatedly putting something over and over in the chat. And I can't remember if it was about Palestine, Israel, Iran, Iraq. I can't remember where it was about. It was just, they just kept repeatedly putting it in, putting it in, putting it in, putting it in. And I was like, hey man, like, could you stop spamming the chat just so other people can have an opportunity to speak? We get it. We see what you shared. We understand that you have support in that space. We get it. And then he goes in, he's like, yeah, this country does this, and why don't you do something about that? And what do you think about that? And what about this? And what about that? And I'm like, okay, here's the thing, people. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. And this is why I say you have to work on yourself. You can't grow anything out of hate. You can't. I have to look at my life first. Legacy starts at home. It starts at home. And so the first thing I have to do is I have to look at my life, and I have to understand I got a younger brother in prison with a 25-year-old daughter. He'd been locked up almost all of her life. And now she got a son. And she has challenges of her own that she's going through. And this is my family. This is my blood. I got a brother having difficulty in his life with emotional, mental, and spiritual challenges that you can't imagine. And he's begging for me to do things for him that I can't do because I don't agree with. And I want to help him. But how do I help him? What do I do? Oh man, you can buy your way out of prison. Maybe you can. I tell you what, I don't know what that dollar amount is yet. I know I haven't achieved it yet. So I'm telling you, I have to work on me. I have to grow me. I have to become a better version of me, not because I need to make more money, because I need to be an uncle to a niece and now a grandnephew who needs support, who needs guidance. And I can't go to you and force you to do anything, but I need to be there for you when you're ready and you get here. I have to work on me. I have to work on growing me. And you're worried about people in Palestine. You're worried about people in Israel. You're worried about people all over the world. You're worried about people in Ukraine and Gaza and Russia, and they're telling you about it. And everybody's claiming they care and I want to do something about it. And you got people, homeless people, who are looking for work. You got people looking for jobs. We're making fun and we're talking about people who are on the street trying to figure out ways to survive. Not on the street because they want to be there. Not on the street because they've given up. But on the street because they've had challenges and they're working to recover. I told you earlier, you have people who love you and they're out there for you, but you got to get to them. I told you people are driven more by hate than they are by love. Go to somebody and tell them, hey, I care about you. Look, listen to me. Get on your channel, get on your page, get on whatever you're on, and go to somebody and say, hey, I'm looking at you. Good morning. That time the running is actually somebody running. Go there and tell them how much you care. Express your interest in seeing them do well. Express your desire and wanting them to grow. Speak directly to them and watch the response you get. Watch the response you get. And then go to them and lambast them. Tell them how weak they are, how they've given up, how it doesn't matter what anybody else does because you're not going to do anything. You're going to always be here. Beat them down. and watch what happens. I'm telling you, as a coach and a personal trainer and as a manager and a leader, that for some reason, people find motivation in hate. It's a strong emotion. But we relax, we get comfortable, and we lay back in love. Love doesn't drive us. That's why you have so many channels that look for hate. Let me go find hate. People live off of hate. People share hate. People show hate. The original Ghostbusters movie, that's what it's driven by. That's why the slime or whatever it was came to New York. Because everybody in New York was hateful and angry. And the angrier people got, and the more hateful people got, the more they brought about their own destruction. And then on the flip side, you got the Care Bears. What was the Care Bear power? Like the power of hugs when the rainbow would shoot out the chest. Y'all remember the Care Bears? Then you grow up. You grow up and love don't matter no more. The people who love you, what they say don't matter no more. You don't like them because they love you. You're against them because they love you. When they have intervention for drug users, they walk in there and you tell this drug user, hey, I care about you. I love you. I don't want to see you like this. Come here and hold me. Let me hug you. Let me show you how important you are, not only to me, not only to yourself, but to the rest of the world. Let me help you come out of this. Let me help build you. You go through all of that, and then once you go through it, they get mad, they get angry, you get mad, you get angry, everybody start cursing and yelling, I don't care, I hate that. All of a sudden now, you in intervention. I'm gonna prove them wrong. You're not trying to improve your life. You're not trying to prove yourself right. You're not trying to grow yourself. You're trying to prove somebody else wrong. I'm telling you, as a black man in the United States, I was taught for years that my job was to prove other people wrong. You have to prove them wrong. They think things about you. You need to prove them they're wrong. Really? I live my life not looking at being the best version of me, but being the opposite version of what they see me as. Come on, man. Listen, it's not a race thing. It's not a political thing. It's not a money thing. I'm telling you, there are ways to fix your finances. There are ways to fix your investments. There are ways to fix your life. It starts with you. You've got to stop giving up the power of your life to other people. You stop giving up your life to hate. Stop giving up your life to people who don't care about you. Find your lovers, find your supporters, find the people who want to see you do well, find the people who want to cheer for you, find the people who are excited to see you win. Go there. Go to your home stadium. Stand in the center of the field. Turn on your theme music. Whatever your theme music is. Walk to your theme music. Live that life. Got out years ago, Shaw. When you get out. Trevor says, the Care Bear Rainbow agenda, preach it. Yeah, man, the Care Bears can fix the world with a hug. Every episode ended with like a hug and a rainbow. Everything was fine, man. Let me see. Alicia said, try it. Is that Chauncey? I'm sorry, guys, the glare on my glasses. Chizzy said, is that Chris? He says, go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. That's exactly, I know, I heard that. How many children you abandoned? Come on, Shaw. I appreciate you being here, Shaw. Thank you for the comments. You out stealing. Thank you, Pashko. Jive turkey, that's what I'm talking about, Shaw. I'm talking about 1970s, 1970s walk. You jive turkey. You gotta live it, man. You gotta be on it. You got to understand when you focus on you and you focus on being the best version of you, it changes things. Look, I've been experiencing these things and I have to look back and you have to learn these lessons and you don't always learn them in the moment. When I was young and I was working out and I became a personal trainer, not through certification. I'm old enough to have been in a period of time when all you needed to do to be a personal trainer was work out often enough and have people want to work out with you. And I've shared this before that originally when I started training, when I was a personal trainer, I didn't get paid, right? I had to look back and learn this lesson. When I started doing it, people just like, hey man, I like that workout you're doing. I like the exercises you're doing. Hey, can I work out with you? Can I come work out with you? Can I come, work? And I'm like, sure. And so I'm there and I'm showing up and there are other people there. Man, if one more thing rustle in these bushes, y'all gonna see a scared black. Y'all don't see me out here running, man. Listen, I'm trying to tell this story. I'm out here taking these walks early in the morning. Y'all better, man. Don't y'all let nothing happen to me out here. Don't you, listen, look, if I go down, y'all better call help. Y'all know where I'm at. I told y'all where I'm at. Y'all better send somebody. Don't let me lay out here and get messed up. So look, I'm this young guy, I'm working out, and I noticed that people would come and they would work out with me. Your Care Bears are following you. Okay, thank you for that. That means it's love. Thank you. Makes me feel good, Trevor. So the thing that happened is that I would invite people to come. I would tell people it's fine. You can work out with me. Come on in, work out. It's cool. I don't mind. Like, it's great. Come on in here. Have fun. I hope you got your Snickers on you. And so when I started doing it, I told people what time I worked out and they wouldn't show up. You know, my workout would start at 6. If I had a workout that started at 6, they show up at 7:30. I done warmed up, I'm waiting. I'm like, dude, like, I'm 20 minutes in now. Oh, well, you know, man, I had such and such. I had such and such. And then this old guy came and told me, old head was like, hey, man. He was like, man, people don't, he said, don't nobody respect you. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're giving it away for free. It ain't got no value. I'm like, dude, it's just a workout. I'm like, it's what I do. I do push-ups. I do bench press. I do squats. I do curls. It's what I do. What are you talking about? He was like, yeah, see, it got no value to you. You don't think the work that you do and the time that you spend on you is worth anything. You don't think the work that you do to see yourself improve and grow has any value. You don't believe what you're doing serves a purpose. Why would they? Why would they think it's worth anything when you don't? When you don't think your time is worth anything, why would they? Dude, I was like, listen, dude, get out my face. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Ain't nobody disrespecting me. Took me almost 3 whole weeks before I finally got up the courage to say, yeah, man, I can work out with you, but it's going to cost you $50. You got to pay 25 up front, pay the other 25 after the session. If you don't show, I keep my 25. A couple of times didn't show, cool, that's a free 25. I got $25 for me working out. This is a long time ago, people. I'm old, I told you that. $25 was a lot of money then. You're not gonna find no $25 training sessions today. You find, listen, you find a $25 training session, you better check their credentials. You're like, listen, you training me for $25? We need to talk about this. What's going on? So what I'm telling you, what I'm sharing with you is I didn't see value in me. I didn't understand what I was worth. I didn't know my potential, what I had, what I was able to share. And because I didn't know it, I didn't respect it, and I didn't have value to it, why would anybody else? So I had to work on me. I had to understand that the work that I did, that needed to do on me, wasn't just physical. It wasn't just the squats. It wasn't just the push-ups. It wasn't just the bench press. I needed to do some mental work. Man, y'all don't know what I'm about to do right now. Listen, when I tell y'all it's dark out here, it is dark out here. Y'all think I'm playing with y'all. Early in the morning. Y'all don't think it's dark out here? Yes, indeed, discipline. John Morris says, thanks for sharing. Need to get coffee in the morning time? Where I am. God bless. God bless you too, John. Have a great day. Cape Town, South Africa, in the house. Is that where you are? Is that where you're saying I am? I'm not telling you play the guessing game. I told you I'm in Maryland, Trevor. God bless you from South Korea. Thank you, South Korea. Look, man, this is how dark it is right now. How you doing? That's how dark it is out here right now. Y'all see that? No, I ain't go nowhere. Now, in front of me are these steps I gotta walk up. Y'all can't even see them. Can I help y'all see these steps? Boom. I gotta walk up these steps. I can't even see these steps. I'm gonna make it, people. Hey, stay with me, people. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. I'm just saying this, my focus right now is probably gonna be these steps. Yeah, I know I done been spooked by a ghost runner and deer already this morning. All right, I think I'm up. Hey, man, listen. Again, I want to thank you guys for being here this morning. I want to thank you for joining me on this walk and be a part. I want you to understand what we're talking about this morning is about development. It's about growth. It's about understanding when we look back on our past, when we look back on where we've been, when we look back on what we've done, our wins and our losses, we need to understand that our wins and our losses are going to be connected directly to our investment, where we were at that time. And we have to take those as lessons and blessings, and we have to move forward. We cannot let our past hold us down. We cannot let our past mistakes, our past relationships, our past communications, our past behaviors hold us down. I don't care how horrible you felt you were or how great you felt you were. You have got to continue to grow. You have got to continue to move forward. You have to understand, and I shared this yesterday, I shared it the day before as well. If you are not living, you are dying. And life is about growth. Everything alive is growing. Everything alive is growing. That includes you. You want to be able to do more with your life. You want to spend more time with the people you love. You want to spend more time in doing the things you enjoy to do. Work on you. Money's a concept. Money's easy. Money buys that freedom that you're looking for. Because you want to do things, and it's not the same for everyone. Wealth isn't the same for everyone. Some people just want to lay in the field. Got a follower here. Got a guy who's a subscriber named Kevin, Half Snaps. If you guys want to check out his channel, he's got some land. He's got a truck. He's got his dogs. He's like, man, I'm happy. I said, dude, you got to grow it. He was like, man, I don't want to. He's like, the risk is too much. I don't want to increase the value, and then I can't afford to pay the taxes. I don't want to lose it. Good talk. Thank you, Abiyoba. I hope I said that right. Nothing is holding you back. You're right. Get up, start going. And when I talk to Kevin, Kevin's thing is this. He says, man, I don't want to risk losing what I have. And I'm like, I get it, man, but you got what you got from investing. You didn't get that land from sitting still. You had to work and you had to invest. You got to grow. You got to keep growing. And I understand the concerns and the possibilities and the fear of losing everything you have. But if you're not growing, man, if you're not living, you're dying. I'm telling you now, people, we are at this place in our lives, all of us, We're constantly, every day, and every moment, stepping into opportunities to grow and to live. You can't change the world if you can't communicate. You can't change anything if you can't communicate. You can look at something, feel bad about it, think about it, care about it. But you got to do something about it. Hey, old song, say don't talk about it, be about it. Right? Don't talk about it, be about it. I tell you what though, I was talking about this earlier, guys. And I talk about this because it's important, because so much of us spend so much of our time in this place. And I was explaining to you earlier that many of us thrive or look at or grow off of hate. Or look at haters. I tell you something about haters, they're consistent. I tell you something about haters is they have the repetition down, they have the patience down. And the only thing they're trying to do is destroy you. Only thing they're trying to do is distract you. Only thing they're trying to do is stop you. And you're worried about putting in the work because of what might happen, what you might do wrong. And you're not considering what you might do right, what you've already done right, what you're going to do in the future. Right? For example, Poshko. Luigi Juraj. Getting sleepy. All right, man, get some rest. Must be late where you are. This is what I'm saying to you guys, is they're there, but you're where you are for a reason. You're powerful the way you are for a reason. You're built the way you are for a reason. You have a purpose. You need to find it. You need to work towards it. You want to make a change in anything in your life? You need to be active. You need to be a part of it. You can't change the world if you can't change your diet. You can't change the world if you can't change the way you think. You can't change anything if you can't change your direction. You can't change your actions. You can't change your behaviors. You can't develop discipline and you can't develop consistency. You're not self-aware and self-accountable. You're not going to bring about change anywhere. You have to take control of you. If you want to change anything, change you first. Turn you into who you need to be to impact the things that you see. Stop talking about them. Stop complaining about them. Here's something I do. Here's something I do pretty much everywhere I go. I seek clarity. I don't try to change things. I seek to understand. I seek to understand. Good might? Did you say good might? Come on, Poshko. Turn your translator on. Fix that, dude. Try and Stop says, hey man, shout out. My homie Nate, Nate what? Nate Niggers, it's his birthday. Trying to stop, I hear you. Thank you, Alicia. Here's what I'm saying to you guys. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm trying to get at. Here's what I'm trying to point out. Is when you start working on you, you start making changes to you, you start setting your own direction, then you can make changes in the things you see around you. Then you can make changes in the things that bother you. When you change your circumstances, you change your surroundings. There was this big thing where everybody was like, hey, disappear for 90 days, come back stronger. Why would you come back? If I disappear, I'm not coming back. That's the whole point of disappearing. If I can't do it where I am, if I can't do it where I am, why am I coming back? I encourage you to come with me. I will show you the way. I'm not coming back to let you see what I've done. I lived that, dude. I'm telling you, my wife used to get on me. She's like, what are you doing? Used to work at fast food, got out of fast food, got myself a nice little truck. Man, I rolled back past the fast food place I worked at. There was one guy who worked there from the time I worked there. I was like, I'm shining. I'm like, man, these people own this restaurant. You ain't shining. You don't own nothing yet. You don't even own this car. You got so much debt on this thing. Your insurance is so high. Dude, I'm telling you, I wasn't working on me. I wasn't working to be the best version of me. I was doing work. But the work I was doing was to create something that that I believed other people wanted to see to appreciate who I was. I had to stop. I had to work on me. I had to work on me. I had to look at myself. I'd be like, hey man, listen, you gotta make that change. You gotta do that fix. Like, that's not on somebody else. Listen, you can point at other people and you can say, it's your fault that I'm here. You did this, and this. Yeah, you're right. They did all of those things. They did all of those things. And they'll turn around and tell you because they did all of those things, you should be grateful. They'll turn around and tell you because all of these things happened, you don't understand how hard it was for them. You don't understand what they learned. You don't understand what they saved you from. They're like, man, listen, that's not even a conversation worth having. Here's what you have right now. You have an opportunity. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying stop looking for somebody who spent their whole entire life force and energy on destroying you. If you believe somebody spent their entire focus and energy on destroying your career, if you think your boss don't like you and he's trying to hold you down, and you keep looking at him, asking him to change, you've lost your freaking mind. For what? Why would I change? You ain't going nowhere. You still doing what I'm telling you to do. And you're doing it for how much I'm giving it to you for. You ain't changing him. You want to change him? Change you. Work on you. Become his boss. Listen, man, I'm not just telling you pie in the sky stuff. I'm telling you stuff I've done. I worked for a large retail company. I was on an overnight team. My responsibilities were helping to deploy the resets worked in an entire market. I came in, I was a low-level person, sole responsibilities, you're big, push stuff. You're big, push stuff. I'm telling them, dude, I also have talent. I know how to run these cables. I know wiring. I have an understanding of how logic boards need to be connected. I have some IT experience, just a little bit, but it's enough to be able to do the things that we do here. Okay. Give you a shot. People who were there told me, man, you ain't gonna get that. They only give that position to certain people. Be specific. They told me they only give that position to white boys. They're like, we ain't got no black people in that position. Okay. And, man, they ain't gonna give it to you. What are you talking about? They ain't got no choice but to give it to me if I'm the best at it. Oh, man, you ain't gonna do it. Whatever. Put the work in. I worked on me. At the time, I thought I was working on me. I worked on getting good at what that company needed done. They put me in a position. I got the role. Man, how you get that role? I did the work. Oh man, they must not like me. Do you like you? Because here's the ultimate thing, people. And like you hear people say it all the time, right? You hear people say it all the time and we think it's a joke. We think it's a farce. People say, man, if you don't like it here so much, leave. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you that. Start with your job. Start with your neighborhood. Oh man, you don't know how hard it is. I do know how hard it is. I've been there. I've jumped in dumpsters. I've been homeless. I've lived in a car. I've worked fast food. I made enough money. Dude, man, I remember working where I made enough money to get home, pay for this 1-bedroom infested spot that we were in, and then get back to work. That's as much money as I made. I tried to budget. I said, maybe if I do this, maybe if I do that, we can make more money. We can get out of this place. We can move different. We can do stuff different. It's not pie in the sky. It's the life I lived. It's the experience I had. It's the understanding that I had to stop working so hard on the job and start working on me. And I went, man, dude, it took me so long to learn. I went to companies and I said, man, you people make this much money. Why can't you give me more? And they were like, all right. All right. At one point, I thought the answer was just take it. Okay, fine. You ain't gonna pay me enough. I'm gonna just take it out your pocket. I'm telling you from experience, man. My mind had to shift. I had to change my whole way of thinking. in order to grow, in order for me to understand that legacy starts at home. It's the work I do on me that determines where I'm going to be, that determines what I'm going to see, that determines how I'm going to grow. I had to put in the work. I had to put in the time. And so I did. And see, now I can see the difference. Stop looking at other people, expecting for them to all of a sudden be the saviors in your life. If you believe that they've been the destroyers in your life the whole time. What's that? Daze? Maybe should have started learning important stuff when you were younger. You're absolutely right. I most certainly should have, but I'm learning it now. See, that's what happens is when you understand where you're going, you can accept and you can be responsible for and you can be accountable for the things that you didn't do in your past. That's the whole point of this walk and talk. That's why the title is what the title is. Because if I let my past hold me back, if I let my past define who I am now, if I lament my past and I didn't get it then, I didn't learn it, then I'm not going to learn it now. Guys, it's been a great morning. It is 6:05 now. I want to say thank you for being here so much. I want to say thank you for spending time. I want to say thank you for being a part of the walk and talk. Cody Glock, I spent all my money on perks. All right, Cody, whatever make you happy, man. The title is Pie in the Sky. I hear you, Poshko. Hey, man, you can hate or you can elevate. You choose your own path. My past doesn't hold me back. It shouldn't hold you back. It shouldn't hold you back. If your past don't hold you back, man, so many people said, man, if it don't apply, let it fly. The fact that you stop and you're willing to acknowledge or to comment on my past that's been holding me back is an indication that you're looking at your past. You've identified your past. My past ain't holding me back. Let me tell you about my past. It's holding you back because you're still talking about it. See, I don't talk about my past to say, hey, this is what's so bad about my past. I talk about my past to share the experience to let you know that I know, I've been through, I've struggled, I've survived, I've had to change, I've had to grow. I'm not just selling you something. I'm telling you an experience that I went through. I'm telling you I've been in the spots. I've made the bad decisions. I've blamed others. And when I stopped blaming others and I took accountability and I took it on me, now I'm starting to see the me that I need to be, to see what I want to see. I choose pie in the sky. Eat that pie, Poshko. Bobby K, please help me with my crippling corn addiction, brother. Man, don't give up on corn. Don't give up on your corn. If you can't, listen, if you need corn, you need corn. You got to go to a different channel. Listen, dude, let me explain something to you. Everything starts with discipline. It's the same thing, dude. If you can't control your thoughts, you can't control your actions. You can't control your actions, you can't control your destination. You go where people lead you to be. It's that simple. Is it easy to do? No, it's simple to say though. It's not hard, and that's the whole point. That's why I keep having these conversations. That's why I keep having these walk and talks. That's why I keep sharing, is because I'm telling you people, when you come out here and you talk about what you want to do, you know the process, you know what it is. Stop trying to eliminate things and start replacing them with something else. If you're addicted to corn, get addicted to finances. Every time you think about doing something with corn, look up how you can do something with money. Every time you want to fix yourself, you want to pull up another corn commercial, go ahead and find yourself something else to do, something else to watch. Watch something about knowledge, growing your body, growing your health, eating better. Don't just try to make things go away. Put something better in your life. This is where so many people fail. This is where so many of us fall behind. These are the challenges that I faced for years. I said, I want to stop doing certain things. You can't stop doing something else without filling that space. Otherwise, you're still idle. You're still not moving. You're still not living. You're still not growing. You have to change your behaviors. You don't just stop doing things. You start doing different things. You have to start by thinking different. AR2, what's going on? Anthony's, welcome in. Your consistency is paying off. Your face is slimmer now. I'm working hard. Thank you very much. Some of y'all don't know I used to be thick. Go back to some of the old videos. Go check January out. Cody Glock, help me with my money addiction. Man, you just saying words. Cody, come on, talk to me. Poshko says, think pie in the sky. Think, man. Think pie in the sky, Poshko. You're going to get yourself a pie, Poshko. It's what you keep talking about. You're going to have yourself a slice of pumpkin pie on a plane. Don't nobody eat no pumpkin pie. Sweet potato pie. Ain't nobody ever heard no pumpkin pie. Y'all don't know no Bernie Mac. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Ishi G says, I put all my money on black at the casino and God bless me, dog. And you bet all your money on black at the casino. Bless up, big man. Keep growing it. Keep growing it. Ishi G, the best thing I did was stop gambling. I hear you. Clark says, I'm addicted to getting money. It's affecting my relationships. Lisa said, I love both pies. Come on, Lisa. I ain't gonna lie, man. I eat pumpkin pie. Y'all, listen. I tell you what, though. I made a mistake of ordering a freaking pumpkin spice coffee. And I didn't tell them to put sweetener in it. And that thing was just spice. I was like, yo. And I just found out, I don't know if y'all know. Do y'all know what's in pumpkin spice? Hey, we're a little off topic. Man, it's Saturday. Let's have some fun. Look, do y'all know what's in pumpkin spice? Say I have blown so much money. I hear you. Chuiger says, yo, hey, yo. That's a Baltimore thing. Hey, yo. Love pumpkin spice balls. Right, nutmeg. Guess what? You know what I thought pumpkin spice was? Chewy said, yes, it's the Jews. The Jews ain't in pumpkin spice. Listen, I thought pumpkin spice was like when they took like the outside of the pumpkin off and then they like cooked it and baked it or something and then they turned it into a spice. Dude, I was so dumb. I was like, man, I gotta learn how to make pumpkin spice. It's like nutmeg and cinnamon and allspice or something like that. It's the stuff that you put in pumpkin to make pumpkin pie. Man, I was so dumb. I was like, man, I'm the dumbest person in this. Poshko, you changed it to carrot cake pie. I hear you, man. So listen, guys, I'm telling you, man, look, I me and my wife were out and I got a pumpkin spice. I was like, let me get a pumpkin spice iced coffee. And then they had all of these options, like, do you want to add creamer or sweetener? And all that. I'm like, nah, man, it's iced coffee. It's got to be sweet. Man, they gave me that thing. That thing was pumpkin spice. I drank that thing. I was like, nope, this is disgusting. Somebody did something wrong. I'm getting something else. Listen, y'all give me a bottle of water. This is not good. Like, why do people drink this? That's when I looked up. I was like, what the heck is pumpkin spice? That's when I looked that up. That's when I found out what pumpkin spice was. That's when I made that change, dude. I had to figure that thing out. I wasn't gonna keep living that life. All right, Anthony's, where did y'all go? It was Starbucks. Their pumpkin spice is very spicy. No, it was a different line. It was a different chain. But this is the thing. I ain't gonna do too much proselytizing for other companies until they start sliding some change into my pockets. You can have me out here. Yeah, and call me. Y'all call me. Y'all call me. We can talk about it. Let's make a deal. He said, Poshko said, try pie in the sky. Is that pie in the sky spice for the iced coffee, Poshko? Tell me more about the Jews, man. Y'all are tripping, man. Y'all are tripping. Look, thank y'all for being here this morning, man. It's 7:13. I appreciate the contribution. I appreciate being in the chat. Thank you so much for your consideration and the work that you've done. For everyone here, I want to say thank you. I want to let you know, guys, if you want to support the channel, you can tap the link. You can make direct contributions to the channel. If you look here, You can see the store is open on the channel. You can go to the description. You'll find a link in the description that'll let you know exactly where to go pick up your own B&V merch. Understand, legacy starts at home. Also, guys, I want you to understand that when you're out here working on yourself, whether you're looking at your past as a great thing or as a bad thing, don't let it hold you back. Look at it to learn the lessons, not to lament. Right? Look at it to learn the lessons, not to live. Don't live in the past. Don't lament the past. Learn from it. Be present. Start living today. Live the life that you want to live. Understand that working on you will make all the other things in your life come true. There'll be more to do, guys. I appreciate all of your contributions, all of your help, all of your love, all of your hate too, guys. Keep in mind what I tell you, guys. Don't hate your haters. And if you haven't done so yet, please, guys, go ahead, hit that thumbs up, a like. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just a way to say that you were here and appreciate it. I want to thank you guys once again for being here. Remember, there are 4 pillars. There are 4 pillars to discipline. They're going to be repetitions coupled with patience. This is how you learn the skill and build the tool set. Consistency is when you finally ask yourself why and you create a plan. That purpose must have a plan, and now you're going to use those skills and tools to be able to follow that plan. That's consistency. You can't be consistent at something that you don't know how to do. That's why repetition must start first. Repetition is not graded. It's just you getting up and let's start doing it. And then you're going to follow that all up with perseverance. Perseverance is the thing that works on you. It's the thing that works on you while everything else works on your focus. Once you get those things done, guys, all you have to do is point discipline at anything and watch your success build and grow. I want to let you know, guys, it's always great to see you here. We're continuing to grow. We're almost near the threshold to be monetized. We're getting more and more watch hours. You guys are a major part of that. So continue to like, subscribe, and share. Continue to be a part of the conversation of what we're doing here and continue to be a part of the growth. Again, I want to thank you guys for being here. And as always, in parting, guys, I like to say, Poshko, keep showing up, keep blowing up, keep growing up. Until next time, guys, God bless you. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys on Monday.